Everybody's different.
We come from different places. And we all want different things. I want to grow my career.
I want to make a difference.
I want my research to have an impact. But we all have one thing in common.
We want to be somewhere we can fulfill our ambition. Not just a graduate business school, but a global community full of people who want to go further.
Push harder. Achieve more.
Do things differently.
With the faculty producing cutting-edge research that's making a difference.
Changing how we think.
A community that's making its mark on Ireland and the world.
At Ireland's highly ranked and triple accredited business school, offering internationally recognised MBA and Business Masters programmes. Distinctively located in Dublin, one of the friendliest, most exciting cities in the world. And home to the world's leading companies. A local campus with a global network of alumni, where students connect with industry leaders and each other.
Where faculty address the biggest problems of today, creating real solutions for the real world. We'll all end up with different careers.
In different places.
Making an impact in business and society.
We're all different.
But we'll always have one thing in common.
UCD Michael Smurfit Graduate Business School. Creating a better future.
Welcome everybody to this webinar where you join in to hear about the MBA program, and you already saw a brief introduction of how it is to study at UCD Smurfit in Dublin. It might be you next year, who knows? So hope you will get the necessary information in the next 40 minutes or so. Before we go to the presenters, however, I will briefly introduce to you the panel and how this works. My name is Luc Mulling, I'm the moderator, and we have various interactive options for you. First of all, of course, you can state where you're from. I already saw some people doing that in the chat. It would be great to see, all the countries that are joining in. Besides that, of course, we like to hear your questions. If you have them, you can ask them throughout the session, and better to said, write them in the panel called questions at the right bottom. Also important to notice is that people that are watching the recording, you can still also write your questions. You can also do that and write them at any time in the panel questions there as well. Of course, we cannot answer them live as we will with the others. However, we can come back to you later, possibly by email. Also, we will start opening up various polls. So there's already one polling question open. Which program are you interested in? And we'd like to hear your feedback to get to know you a little bit more as well. And last but not least, we have emoticons, a little button at the bottom called React. And there you can click and react with your choice. So exactly, I see already right on cue happening. So you can give thumbs up if you like something and give us your reaction just to have a little bit more fun fact and some more interactivity with you. However, without further ado, we're going over to the presenters, and we will start over with the presenter that will introduce herself and present later. That will be Yola Maurer, and she will introduce herself now and the rest of the panel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Luke. Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the participants here today. My name is Yola Maurer, and in my role as an International Students Liaison Officer, I look after international students here in the Michael Smurfit Graduate Business School. So I'm going to hand you over to the next presenter, which is Kate.
Hello, Hello, everyone. So I'm Kate, and I'm from China, and I'm the current full-time MBA here. So I'm very looking forward to sharing my experience and just to talk to everyone. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to the webinar. My name is Abhinav Chaturvedi and I'm full-time MBA student at UCD Smurfit. I joined this year and I look forward to interacting with you all. And I wish you, each one of you, for best of luck for your future endeavors.
Hi everyone, it's lovely to virtually meet you. I'm Christine Higgins, the MBA Admissions and Recruitment Manager, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you for the next couple of minutes. So the overview, I'm going to give you the overview of the Smurfit MBA. And then Yola Meher is going to look after moving to Dublin and speak about that. We're also going to have Kate and Abhinav, who will participate in the MBA Student Experience panel discussion. And then it'll come back to me to speak about how you can apply. And then we'll also have a live Q&A session at the end as well. So let's start. Firstly, why a Smurfit School MBA and what sets us apart from the other business schools? Well, the UCD Smurfit MBA aims to develop the next innovative business leaders by providing participants with the business knowledge, decision-making skills, and interpersonal capacity to hit the ground running in your career. We are ranked in the top 1% of business schools globally. Our MBA program is consistently highly ranked across premium international rankings. We offer a full-time MBA program and a part-time modular executive MBA program too. Our MBA program is ranked 69th by the Financial Times and 57th in the Economist Top 100 global rankings. And our full-time program is ranked 82nd in the world by The Economist. We are Ireland's leading business school and have been triple accredited by the leading higher education associations globally for more than 20 years, AACSB, Equus and AMBA. The UCD Michael Smurfit Graduate Business School has many international partnerships, such as the prestigious SEMS Global Alliance and the Global Network for Advanced Management, GNAM, which is exclusive to the MBA program and offers MBA students the opportunity to travel to one of the 30 plus leading business schools in the world, including Harvard, Yale, and Oxford during their time on the program here. A unique feature of the Smurfit School MBA is our leadership development program, specifically designed to develop global leaders who have outstanding leadership skills, empathy, and the ability to lead and motivate small and large teams. Our history also means we have by far the largest MBA global alumni base with an active and supportive network of over 4,000 MBA alumni and 90,000 business alumni worldwide. So let's look at the MBA Curriculum Overview. The program seeks to address some of the core challenges facing business leaders today. For example, participants take classes examining the complex fabric of the relationship between business, economics, and society. In recent years, the curriculum has evolved to include coverage of digital transformation to enhance our participants' understanding of the implications and commercial opportunities afforded by new technologies such as big data analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and cyber-physical systems. The program also includes a focus on entrepreneurship, providing a structured framework to assist participants who seek to commercialize innovations or solve social problems. The international dimensions is also very important with the MBA program, being delivered by an international faculty, and close to 90% of full-time participants come from overseas, including Europe, North and South America, Africa, and Asia. Since its very beginnings, the Smurfit MBA has emphasized a global outlook and the development of a global mindset among our participants. The course modules are designed to be truly international in their approach, including the use of international case studies and international study tours. This global perspective contributes to a rich and stimulating learning environment. As you can see, we have our foundation week at the end of August. in a normal general year. We also have the autumn semester, which runs from September to December. And we have our spring semester, January to May, and summer semester, June to August. It is a 12-month program, and you'll see the core modules there. In the UCD Michael Smurfit Graduate Business Schools membership of the Global Network of Advanced Management, GMAM, which offers the MBA students the opportunity to travel to one of the 30+ leading business schools in the world. This experience is second to none, and it's normally in the autumn semester. In the spring semester, the MBA International Study Tour takes place over 1 week in March and is part of the Doing Business in International Markets module. The study tour combines high-level company visits, presentations, panel discussions with leading executives, government officials, and entrepreneurs. Prestigious destinations have included Scandinavia, Vietnam, Japan, China, India, and Germany. The MBA Leadership Development Programme bestows on participants the full suite of leadership, communication, and interpersonal competencies necessary to maximise your impact as future leaders. Participants learn to communicate and present with impact, but most of all, the programme aims to develop participants' capacity for self-reflection and continuous development. It instills a growth rather than a fixed mindset of personal development. And in terms of careers, so the MBA has access to the careers network, and you have a dedicated careers manager. You get unlimited one-to-one career coaching. You have access to alumni networking events, employer Q&As, presentations, and office visits. And you also will participate in CV book that will be sent to employers. There will also be online training courses too available to you. Particularly in the full-time MBA, we have a very structured careers program, which actually starts even before you start here at UCD Smurfit. So it's careers all the way. That's what we're thinking and how to get our graduates the best career options. You have regular workshops and activities, and you also have mock interviews with employers. So you get first-hand and first experience with employers here in Dublin. The full-time MBA class of 2021, just to give you some stats, the latest employment data, 90% employed within 3 months of graduating, an average increase in salary of 132%, 66% changed sector, and the average salary was 76,000. And 83% of accepted offers were in Ireland. As you can see, some recent employers: Facebook, now known as Meta, McKinsey & Company, Novartis, KPMG, TikTok, Amazon, LinkedIn, Roche, Grant Thornton, Henkel, Kellogg's, CRH, EY, HubSpot, Salesforce, PwC, and Mainstream Renewable Energy. In terms of the MBA class profile, to just give you an idea of who else is going to be in the classroom, 40% from last year was, or from this year, sorry, 47% are female students, 53% are male students, 80% international participants, and normally an average 7 years work experience. The average EA score is 150, and the average student age is 30, and the average GMAT is 680. Employment data based on full-time MBA class of 2021, just to give you an idea, 90% were employed after 3 months and 132% average increase in salary. And there are the recent employers that I just said previously. It's a fully immersed learning experience, a culturally diverse cohort with an international focus, change or refine your career, and intensive learning over the 12 months on this program. And I'm going to hand you over to Yola now.
Thank you so much, Christine. So good afternoon, everyone. Very warm welcome from me. I might have to go back to the slides. Here they are. My name is Yola Mar, and in my role, I support international students here in the Smurfit School. My role has a dedicated support just for the school students here. So there would be other offices and other units supporting students in the main central office, but my role is specifically designed to support students in the Smurfit School, which is fantastic. Okay, so I am a go-to person for anyone who is either inquiring about relocating to Ireland, or for students who are actually incoming and they're planning their journey and they're looking at the first days post-arrival. What do they do? Where do they go? How to best settle here post-arrival. And finally, I also support students who are full students. They commence their studies and they just require some assistance or help or advice in terms of managing their daily life and settling in as well. On top of it, I also organize and coordinate integration events here on campus. So we would have, we would celebrate holidays like Diwali or Thanksgiving or Lunar New Year, etc., etc. Okay, so that's really what my role is here in the school. Additionally, just to let you know, we have 5 global centers all over the world. So this is the UCD global office, is based all over the world in 5 different offices. And some of you might be liaising with colleagues in the global center in terms of your application, etc. But in terms of you coming to Dublin, you're more than welcome to talk to me directly if you wish. We also have a student advisor, which is kind of a pastoral support role supplied here to our students who might sometimes need extra advice, support, directing. So there's quite a really good support system here in the school as such. Additionally, what I'd like to mention to you is that there are a few things that I always flag the students really early. So you would be in quite an early stage of your journey in terms of researching and applying for your program. So the areas that I would advise students on would be accommodation, residency permit, PPS, which is your public services number, and also the stay back visa. So what I would like to do is highlight one of those topics, or actually possibly 2. So number 1 is accommodation. Okay, so it's no harm to just flag it to you a little bit now and to say to you that there's 2 different types of accommodation. It could be on campus or off campus. The on-campus option is obviously an easier option, and there's no commute, and it's guaranteed because once you book it, you arrive and there it is. Okay, we have a number of ring-fenced places, rooms for the MBA class specifically, which is completely amazing. And you book it through me. So you basically get in touch with me, or I get in touch with the incoming class, and you express your interest, and I manage the whole process, which is super. The off-campus accommodation, the advantage of it, it's slightly more affordable. However, the disadvantage is it's much more difficult to secure, obviously. And just to give you an overview, currently in Dublin, and I suppose all over Ireland, the demand for accommodation off campus exceeds supply. So what I would recommend you do is you arrive early, and you ensure that you have a place to live before your program commences, because MBA is a really tough, really intense program, and you may have to make sure that you're actually settled and you have a place to live. So another topic I'd like to mention is what we call a stay back visa. I don't know if you've heard about it, but basically this is a permission that allows our graduates to stay in Ireland for 24 months post completing the program. The stay-back visa is also called Stamp 1G, G for graduates, or also the very formal name is Third Level Graduate Program. So if you're ever researching it, it could be 3 different names. So basically, it's a working right permission, which allows graduates to stay in Ireland and engage in employment. You can't be self-employed, you have to actually find an employer for 24 months post completion of the program. You have to apply for it not later than 6 months after you finished your program. So you have the 6 months window, you can go back home or do other things, but you have to apply for it within 6 months. And I suppose that's probably it. Normally what happens with students on that visa is that they work for a certain employer or other employers. The visa is not tied to one particular employer for the 24 months. And after 24 months, whoever they're employed with, they tend to just secure a further work permit for you or for whoever is employed there. So that's really how it works. If you have more questions, I'll be more than happy to talk to you during the Q&A session afterwards, or you can submit your questions in the chat as well. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. So I'm going to hand over back to Christine, who will welcome current students who will share their experiences as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shola. So yeah, I'd like to welcome Kate and Abhinav, who are current MBA students on the full-time program. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Hello.
Great. So I just have a few questions just to tell the audience. Why did you choose an MBA, and particularly why Smurfit? We'll give it over to Kate first, will we?
Yeah, sure. So why MBA? I think so prior to coming to Ireland, so I've worked in Hong Kong for like 5.5 years. So like for me, I think like it was the right timing for me to like move forward with an MBA program. And also, you know, like I've always wanted to come to Europe and just to experience, you know, different cultures. And also like I have some Irish friends back in Hong Kong, like who really recommend this program to me, and who apparently is an alumni. And I really like, I have received a lot of like positive feedback from them. So I think, yeah, I think that's why I'm here.
Great, thanks, Kate. Abhinav?
Yeah, hi. More or less the same as what Kate said. My primary reasons to come to Ireland were primarily because I wanted to do a 1-year MBA program. And I've been working before my MBA for the past 13 years in India in automotive and education sectors. And MBA for me was a distant dream. I tried doing MBA in 2013 and 2017, but primarily because of the personal and professional reasons, I couldn't really realize my dream. So it was some inherent motivation to do an MBA. And also I believe it's a lot to relearn and unlearn these days with the current dynamics that are changing in terms of economy, both macro and micro. A lot of careers, I believe, would reshape in 5 to 6 years down the line. And I totally believe that an MBA would give you that added edge of going ahead and securing your future careers. So for me, Dublin ticked all the check boxes, primarily because of its English being one of the major reasons. It's an English-speaking country, and I didn't want to have an added barrier of learning any additional language. My reasons for doing an MBA was like choosing a one-year MBA program. So I was like, more or less, that box also got ticked. And people in Ireland, I spoke to a lot of people. People in Ireland in particular are very warm, welcoming. And 2.5 months, it's been very intense, but I've enjoyed it to the T. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks so much. Thanks, Emil. So in terms of the program, the MBA program, how is it meeting your expectations? And has anything surprised you in the last 2.5 months? Kate?
Should I go first? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, I'm pretty happy like about my experience so far. So I do have expectations before, you know, like especially on the soft skills side, because I really want to work on my leadership, you know, like skills and some communication skills, teamwork, etc. And I think the program so far is like helping me on that part pretty much. And in terms of like, what surprised me, I think one thing that really impressed me is career development program, you know. So so basically we have like career coach of our own, like working side by side with us along the whole journey, you know, like job hunting journey until next year. So it really like guide our directions and really give us a lot of very useful and helpful recommendations and advice. So I think that's a very like good resource for us. So yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree, Kate. You do know that once you qualify as an MBA, with your MBA, you have access to the careers network for the rest of your life. So you can come back time and time again. even when you're in
Yeah.
MBA alumni. So it's a fantastic service. Abhinav, can you answer the question? Will I repeat it, or do you have your answer?
Yeah, I have my answer. So I mean, each day is a surprise, I would say. It has been an intense journey, but like a couple of key takeaways for me have been in terms of the case-based approach. So it's unanimously followed across all lectures. The sessions are very engaging. Cohort is very intimate, so it's a small yet diverse cohort. So a lot of perspectives of people are shared in the class, and teachers, as well as the career development aspect that Kate talked about, are like really helpful in like preparing you for your, I mean, in your MBA journey for the better careers 12 months down the line. I also believe that a lot of it for me is into making the right decisions, and we have these leadership development workshops and presentation workshops that are there. Program is very intense, so anybody who's thinking up of coming to Ireland and hanging up his boots, rethink it. But it's a transformational journey. I'm sure like each one of us here would have experienced that.
Great, thanks Emil, Abhinav. And just like in terms of Dublin, how do you find it? Are you enjoying it? And overall, how was the managing of the relocation to Dublin?
I think I love it so far.
Good.
Yes, and because I love like outdoor activities, so apparently, like Dublin really provides a lot of nature, like views, and the amazing hikes along the coastline. So I find it's a really interesting and a really happy balance, between very tasked program and like my personal life. So I love it so far. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Thanks, Kate. Abhinav, how are you finding Dublin?
I'm finding it to be pretty cool. I mean, in terms of everything, it's pretty balanced. People are very warm, very welcoming. They smile at you. They go an extra mile to help you out. Even the professors and faculty as well. In terms of accommodation, yes, it's a little bit challenging, but my entire idea of choosing, so I'm staying on campus, and I thought to make the most out of my MBA program. I wanted to revisit my college days. So yeah, so I mean, in terms of Dublin as a place, it's very good. UCD Smurfit is a very reputed name not only in Ireland, I mean in entire Europe as well, and it is literally at a stone's throw distance from the from the city center, and where most of the big employers are located. So yeah, I mean, and obviously you have everything to do. There's everything for everyone here.
Yeah, it's right, and everything's on our doorstep, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emil. And one last question. For those students that are hopefully going to be coming to Dublin, have you any advice before, during, and after applying for the MBA program?
I think you just need to be clear on like what you kind of want to get out of this program and how you want to take advantage of this opportunity to develop your like yourself. So I mean, like, it's fine even if like you are still like kind of lost and not so sure like what to expect next, but at least write it down and like just to keep in mind that like during the journey, during this program, this is something you would like to figure it out. And for the rest, I mean, just relax.
Brilliant, Kate. Thanks, Emil. Abhinav, last words.
Yeah, just to add to what Kate said, I'm totally in agreement of what Kate said. Like, MBA is a very transformational journey, and trust me, guys, if you are giving your GMAT, it's just the start. After the GMAT, the exact journey starts, and I mean, just explore yourself, guys. I would say, like, I had my own biases and prejudices because I worked for 13 years in India. But still I had that motivation of doing more, exploring more. So a lot of introspection is needed, like touch upon your weak points, touch upon your strengths, and like just wind it up, connect your dots, and just deep dive and like immerse yourself in the MBA journey, I would say. But like really be sure. And obviously it's not as difficult as I'm making it sound, right? I mean, you have to chill as well. So there would be times where you will chill and you relax. Just enjoy the journey and you'll gain the most out of it.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Kate and Abhinav. So in terms of how to apply, yep. So yeah, how to apply. So you apply online on our UCD website. Candidates are required to submit an online application. You'll be asked some short questions on why you're applying for the MBA. You'll need your university degree, a minimum 3 years quality professional experience, and competitive GMAT score or executive assessment EA score, 2 completed recommendation forms. Templates are provided, and those recommendation forms can either be from academia or professional work. Your English language requirements, if applicable, completed application form, and current CV. Now, the big question that everyone likes to ask is about scholarship opportunities. Thank you. So scholarship opportunities. So we have a number of scholarships that you can apply for. We have the Aspire Scholarship, and that is worth 50%. That's to help high potential candidates unlock their unique talent, drive potential to be future business leaders. The scholarships are designed for individuals who demonstrate the ambition to study at UCD Smurfit School, but who require some financial assistance to study their chosen master's programme. Please note that to be considered for this scholarship, applications must be accepted to their chosen programme and must complete a separate scholarship application form. The scholarships are open to applicants who are resident in Ireland at the time and opens on the 6th of February 2023. We also have the Business Finance Awards and UCD Michael Smurfit MBA Scholarship, which will be awarded to a high caliber applicant who will represent the world's next generation of business leaders. The scholarship is open to professionals, and this unparalleled, unique scholarship will provide the student with the experience to encompasses opportunities to engage and network with senior business leaders, receive mentoring outside the classroom, and also bridge the gap between academia and the business world. This is open to any nationality, but must be resident in Ireland for over 3 years. The MBA Entrepreneurial Scholarship is worth 50%. And this scholarship is for full-time or modular executive MBA applicants. Please note that to be considered for this scholarship, a business idea must be submitted by the closing date, 30th of April 2023. There's a UCD Sports Scholarship worth 50% again. This is for students who are competing and succeeding at a high sporting level nationally and internationally, while simultaneously completing a postgraduate programme at UCD. Again, also please note there's a separate application form when you're applying for this scholarship. The Equity, Diversity and Inclusion Scholarship for US students is to recruit and support historically underrepresented graduate students to UCD Smurfit School from the USA. Applications are currently open. The full-time MBA Regional Excellence Scholarship will be awarded to academically exceptional students who will be ambassadors for the UCD Smurfit MBA and the school during their studies and after graduation. Their merit-based scholarship covers up to 50% of tuition fees for the full-time MBAs, and applications are currently open. The MBA GMAT scholarship will be awarded to any candidate who achieves a GMAT score of 72 or above, and this merit-based scholarships cover up to the full 100% tuition fees for either the full-time or modular executive MBA. Specifically targeting women, we have the 30% Club, which offers a merit-based scholarship covering up to 50% tuition fees for the modular executive MBA program. This scholarship is open to all successful female applicants who are resident in Ireland and have achieved the relevant minimum GMAT or EA score or higher, and opens on the 1st of February 2023. UCD School Smurfit is delighted to partner with Image Media in offering one female candidate a 100% scholarship to join the full-time MBA or modular executive MBA. Open date for this scholarship is the 1st of January 2023. And we have one more targeting women, specifically is a woman on the MBA scholarship. is also a merit-based scholarship covering up to 50% tuition fees for either full-time or modular executive MBA program, and opens on the 1st of January 2023. And we're going to move on to our live Q&A. So that is it for me in terms of my part, and I hope I've answered a lot of your questions. So I'm going to hand it over to Luke.
Yes, thank you. And thanks all of you already for your great input. And we are indeed now going over to the questions. So from the live audience, as mentioned, we can take them now. If you're watching the recording, you can still write your questions. So by all means do that. I know these days a lot of people watch the recording. And these questions will be sent through to the staff of UCD. All right, let's jump in. We start off with a question from Almost Back. I had a question, do you have programs relating IT to business? Could you say something about that? I think I heard you say a lot of IT companies are in Dublin, so I assume it's about the relation between business and IT.
Yes, we have the data analytics master's program, but also the MBA program has data analytics and more sort of technology-based modules incorporated into the program as well in recent years. Catherine, you might be able to pop in there as well.
She's right here.
Explain a little bit more.
We have a couple of modules that specifically address digital issues and business. As I mentioned in the chat, we have the digital strategy and transformation, as it's been renamed to, which is particularly addresses that question. And we also new this year have an option module that is the digital marketing and customer analytics, and that is very marketing focused, but it's a follow-on from your marketing management class that you'll take in your first term if you would like to further explore marketing as a skill. You can go on and learn specifically about the digital aspect of that, and there are also there are GNAM modules, both the network weeks and the short network online courses that are offered through the GNAM network will also involve tech and business.
Great, thank you, Catherine. And Catherine was already behind the scene, very busy answering via the chat. So she was answering some of your questions already. So also, by the way, if we're not reading out the question, you might just get your answer via chat if it's a personal situation, for example. So don't worry about it. Anyway, next question I see is from Rahul. What percentage of teaching is done through case methods?
I would actually be interested to hear from the students about that. I know I order cases for almost every module, so I can imagine it's a lot, but I'm not in the class, so I can't speak to exactly how much of it. Abhinav and Kate, can you address that a little bit?
Yeah, Kate, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. I think for almost like every subject we have like pre-readings, which usually like we'll have like case studies, and there are some like questions that we need to solve prior to the class, and we'll talk about this during the class, and you have some reflective study afterwards. So yes, like you have a lot of chances to practice your case study skills for sure. Abhinav, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's very immersive, guys. I mean, we have it's jam-packed as a program, and you have lots and lots of pre-readings, post-readings, reflection essays, and everything is taught here in terms of the case methodology, whether it's marketing, economics, competitive strategy. You already have 3 strategy modules and a couple of optional modules for strategy. So everything is case-based, and don't worry, guys, you'll be immersed in a lot of cases.
Great. Thank you very much. Hope that gave a good insight into that question. Appreciate it. The students' views. Next question we have is from Anish. It is his personal status, but maybe it concerns other people that are wondering. He has 2.5 years of experience, considered? Is this considered for the program for a full-time MBA? Is that basically enough? I know, Catherine, you already answered in the chat, but maybe it's good to announce this a bit to how it works for other people.
I would refer that to Christine, as she's the admissions manager.
Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, its minimum is 3 years, I'm afraid. And yeah, we generally make that as a rule of thumb that it's minimum 3 years.
Okay. Thank you. Rahul has a follow-up question. How good is the full-time MBA if someone is looking to a career change from business development, for example, into consulting? What can you say about that?
Christine, go ahead.
Well, that majority of our applicants use the MBA program as a pivot from their career path. So the MBA is a stepping stone into mainly consultancy roles, business advisor roles, definitely senior management up positions. So it is an excellent program to use to pivot in your career. And a lot of people have great success with it as well.
Great.
I would add to that by praising our careers network in particular, because among the many resources that they offer, they will pair you as a full-time MBA student with mentors in the career that you're looking to join, in the field that you're looking to join. And they also work specifically with consulting firms on their recruitment process and on preparing students for that recruitment process. So I think specifically going into consulting, that is something that we know a lot of students are looking to do, and it's something that's very highly supported.
Okay. We're getting thumbs up, so I hope that's answering that question. Thank you. Question from Nupur. Is the GRE considered for admission instead of the GMAT?
We actually have converted GRE into GMAT score. So yes, as long as it hits a certain criteria. However, I can answer that when you apply.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I think for Maria, I had a similar question if the GMAT was mandatory. Do you want to say something more about that?
Yes, absolutely. The GMAT or EA, Executive Assessment exam, is mandatory. The reason we do this is ensure that we have a high caliber of students coming in, and we will have a high caliber of students going out. So yes, unfortunately, it is mandatory.
Okay, thank you. Just to make sure. Satbir is asking, what is a typical turnaround time on the intake decision once a candidate submits their application?
Minimum 10 to 14 days, if successful with the interview as well. So we have quite a quick turnaround in applicants.
Great. That's good to hear. Thank you. And Heng was asking about the application deadline for 2023.
It's a rolling basis that we accept applications in. So their deadline would be, 1st of August 2023. But however, they open in October and they continue on till that date.
Okay.
However, can I just add one thing, Luke?
Sure.
In order to avail of the scholarships that we offer, we do advise you to submit your application ASAP, because we only have a certain number of scholarships that we offer. So it's really first come, first serve in that sense. So if you get your application in early, we can then assess and see what scholarship you can apply for.
I also wanted to add to what Christine said by saying that if you are coming to Dublin from overseas, particularly if you will need a visa in order to enter the country, the earlier the better, because we are finding that embassies and consular sections have long lead times in processing visas. So the further ahead you know you're coming, the better off you're going to be.
Yes, thanks, Catherine. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Sadbir was also wondering about the cohort size of the current class. What is it in these days? Kate and Abhinav maybe can add to that as well.
I'll go ahead and take that one.
Okay, sure.
There are 30 in the full-time class, and we, as Kate and Abhinav were saying earlier, that makes for a very tight-knit group. There is also our part-time class, which I believe the current year one class is around 38. And then there's a year two class of 44. So your tight-knit full-time class, full-time cohort is part of a larger cohort of people working towards their MBA.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. I see at this stage, those were the questions we received. I hope that is answering all of those already. Otherwise, let us know. We still have a couple of minutes left. If you'd like to ask your questions, we have all these people here for you. So this is the moment to get your answers right away. And again, for people watching the recording, of course, you can still do this as well. And if you missed a part, by the way, you can just hang on because within the minutes, the session will restart and play again. So once we finish, you can watch the beginning if you missed it. I also already see a lot of people answered the poll, so that is great. I would like to thank everyone. If you haven't done so, if you have to go, do let us know, please, a little feedback in the poll, and just to know a little bit more about where you are at currently in your decision making, so to say. That is appreciated. And let's see, we did get another question in. So first of all, Rahul, what percentage of class goes into consulting? Is that something you can answer?
Can I answer that question? Yeah. So a lot will depend on your pre-MBA experience, Rahul. In terms of how do you want to leverage your pre-MBA experience, what are the areas in consulting you're targeting at, which are the companies you're targeting at. So it may be an internal kind of a role where you can be an internal consultant to the company, or you may typically join any consulting firm or a Big Four. So a lot will depend on how do you want to leverage your pre-MBA experience, but it's not that difficult usually because that's what MBA is meant for. If you are choosing a different functional role or a different industry, MBA gives you that edge. But a lot is tied to your pre-MBA experience as well, and you have the right tools in the class for you to shape up your career. And career development team, does a phenomenal job in guiding you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Abhinav. Stefan was wondering, can we have the average amount for the full year of the marketing in digital marketing? Something that you can say. I see, Catherine, you've been answering it. Maybe something to share.
Yeah, I had just finished answering that one. We don't have majors on the MBA. You just get an MBA. You can select 2 options during your course, but everyone graduates with the same degree. And the tuition is obviously the straight across the board. I think this year, Christine, you can correct me if I'm wrong, or if it's going to be different next year. I think this year is €35,000 for the full-time MBA.
It's 36,000, 36,700 approximately.
Oh, okay.
For full-time MBA.
I've been here for a few years, so my my information goes out of date fast.
Okay.
We're a very progressive program.
All right, thank you very much. Again, still we have a couple of minutes. If you have any questions, I'm checking if the chat, if anyone was asked questions there. I don't see that. I did see a lot of people joining in from different countries, so that's great. Well, we'd actually get another question from Sadbir, asking, although I can see that Abhinav has some substantial prior work experience, does having a great work experience pose any disadvantage during admission process?
I can answer that one.
Yeah.
Abhinav, you go on.
It takes me back to where Satvir is right now in the process. So even I had this question. No, I guess it only strengthens Sabir having like researched on a lot of, to be really honest, I researched on a lot of schools and I narrowed down my search to a lot of programs. But I guess, as I said, Smurfit checked all the right boxes. But no, I mean, work experience in number of years, it's not a hindrance. It's the quality that matters. And if you're bringing right tool sets, skill sets to the table, I mean, there's no hindrance in my opinion. Obviously, you will be, I mean, on a certain level, you will be an outlier, but it's all what you want to give to the class as well, rather than take from the class. So it's a very engagement kind of an exercise, the entire MBA program, and it's such a small cohort yet so diverse. You'll obviously learn a lot from people. And having said so, one of my motivating factors with so many years of experience to apply for an MBA program is to like relearn and unlearn a lot of things in my experience. So, I mean, times are changing pretty fast. So I believe that it's always better to surrender yourself to the current time and like adapt yourself to the latest trends, what is happening in the job market. So yeah, it is beneficial to have a good amount of work experience. I don't see it as a hindrance if you're bringing the right skill sets to the table, and obviously you can leverage a lot of your pre-MBA experience, in my opinion. So that's an added advantage as well. I hope that answers Abhi's question.
I hope so too. Otherwise, let us know, and we can still dig into further details if you like to. But I think so far I see the questions have been all answered. What I can do maybe is still share the link on the screen to the site where you'll find more information. So this is the general overview of the MBA. So there you'll find there on the screen, nicely blocking myself right there. So their full-time MBA and the modular executive MBA are mentioned there, and to compare it as well. So might be useful for some people who are still considering what to do. And with that, slowly we're getting to the end of the session, and I don't see further questions. I will still pull up one polling before we drop off, as we'd like to know how we did. So let us know. It's gonna jump on the screen right now. If we'd like to hear from everybody, just to see if you found the session useful. So see how we did and if we were able to answer your questions and it was meeting your expectations. And of course, that's very important. If you want to give any constructive feedback, please, do that through the chat. Feel free to do that. And with that, I don't see further questions. So just to make sure, again, for people watching recording, you can still write them. So by all means, do that. And then we slowly round it off. I would like to give then the last words over to the staff. Maybe Christine, you can wrap up the session for us.
Thank you, Luke. Just on behalf of the MBA Smurfit program and everyone here on the call, thank you so much for giving us your time here today. And I've very much enjoyed it. And I hope you found it informative. And any questions, you know where we are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.